Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here. I am covering the case of the manhunt for Joseph Couch, the 32 years old or 32-year-old gentleman that is in London, Kentucky. It's actually more so around Laurel County, I believe, but they're mainly saying London for whatever reason. Um, I did put out a short and a TikTok with some things that I was seeing. I will add those in here, but I have already tried to upload, so hopefully this upload does well. Um, y'all, everything I'm about to speak, it's my spiritual opinion only, my spiritual insight based on my opinion. This is not based on facts, okay? Um, anyways, if you like my content, please make sure you subscribe and hang out with us, okay? All right. First of all, I want to, the last thing, and I have channeled this a few times now, okay? And just a few minutes ago, before I wanted to hit record, I said, what's the last thing I need to know? And I wrote it down here. The unknown becomes known. So I do believe he will be found, whether he's deceased or alive. Okay. Now, I will cut the camera on if we have enough time to do some cards. But I want to talk about what I wrote down without cards. I have not pulled any cards. I kind of like to do that with you guys. That way I kind of, y'all get my first reaction and we go from there. Okay. But what I'm getting from spirit, I wrote down that his motive, he is irate. He feels he had been done wrong, or he has been humiliated in some type of way, or felt rejected. He does feel that this was justified. This does surround politics, religion, government, military. Um, I have been shown it was basically a copycat mission. Okay. He studied on another case or another shooting or something. Okay. Like he really put some effort into it. So this was planned. He was under the influence. I can't 100% say it was substance. However, I do feel something in a system, but I am definitely smelling the smell of alcohol. Okay. Now, I am seeing that he had placed things in order before he began. Okay. So this wasn't spur of the moment. Hey, let's go do this on a whim. Okay. I do feel like he had a proper place that he had hid some things and supplies and such. Actually, I even see a motorcycle or a dirt bike that is very connected to him. Okay. All right. I am seeing that he had placed, I'm sorry about my dogs, things where he could get to quick. Okay. He had food supplies, a lot of cans. I seen camping supplies. I do see another gun. I also see the a bow, okay, but it's not the bow that you pull back. It's a crossbow that you shoot. Okay, he did have some water, but it didn't seem like it was a lot of water. I see him whenever I started connecting to him earlier. Man, I was like, I bet they're going to find him soon because he is wore the hell out. Like he was all red faced and his hair was soaking wet from sweat. he had that on the back of him. Like it's not a regular backpack. It is like this huge ass camping, like you're going like big deal hiking, okay, or camping. Excuse me. So he's carrying quite a bit, okay. I feel like he had some, whether he grew up outside in this kind of terrain or maybe I don't know. He definitely had some experience, okay? Because he knew what kind of boots to wear. Like he didn't go out there with flip flops or something. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of what he's wearing, I'm seeing a reddish hat, like a baseball hat. I'm also seeing jeans. Um, he had a camo jacket on, but he definitely, I'm seeing him take that off and roll it. He rolls it or something. There's a specific, particular way he rolls it. And it's like he's tying it on some kind of string or something, y'all. Okay. Um, I am seeing him. Let's see. Oh, I seen him at a gentleman. Well, there was a gentleman not too far away. Okay. The gentleman was north of him. Um, he was behind a tree, and so he just was real still, real quiet, and he drank a few waters while he was sitting there because he waited to that man or till he thought he was gone. Um, but he was definitely right there at him. Now, speaking of him, that's about the same time I was seeing something real significant, you guys. It's a windmill, okay? Like a farming windmill, like one of those that is real high up, you know. So I don't know if there's one around that area that's significant that I know the choppers would definitely see it. Okay. I mentioned the motorcycle or the dirt bike. Um I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know if he hit it. I don't know if he's going to steal it. But there's something real significant about that, folks. Okay. There's also something real significant about a small graveyard, and it is extremely small. So I feel like it's a personal one, like a family graveyard or something. Okay. The structure of some type of small shed, building, or shack. I seen him be connected with. I literally heard the word shack, so I don't know if that's what's important. Um, his plan was his. I'm saying that his plan that his route, it was definitely like he wanted to throw off law enforcement. Okay, he had no intentions to go back towards his home. He knew that that'd be the first place they look. Also, there is someone that he wanted to keep, like, to protect. Okay, so I don't know if it's folks or family members. And he knows if he went back towards them that maybe he would have, there's somebody got hurt. So that's why I see him, he's continuing to go north. And then whenever I asked about him going north, I'm hearing northwest. Um, I kept seeing something about a border. Okay, so he could be at a border of a city, a county, a state, or perhaps that's what's in his goal, in his mind, okay, to cross a border. Um, right now, as I'm reading you off my notes, I do have this channel open, and I do feel like it's some kind of county line border, okay? All right. Um, okay, so when I was looking at his feet, or at his boots, like his socks, his feet are wet, his boots are wet. So the soil that he's walking on is definitely wet and like swampy like. Um, I'm seeing that his facial hair has growed out, or growing out. Um, I mentioned that he looks real tired and exhausted again. Okay. Now, one of my last um, writings, I had wrote something about, I'm also getting a vision of something that seems to be underground. It seems as if it's two stories, or it could just be different holes or different rooms in it. Um, then I wrote, there's a place where light shines through. It's like a small board, because it's not very tall. It's more wide than it is tall. Okay, folks. Um, the light was shining through, so maybe it's there for fresh air. But I can actually see him looking through that to, to watch or to look out. Okay. Um, Now, this makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, especially because of me saying what the motive was. But hold on just a second, I'm about to sneeze. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Okay. Now, like I said, this is so random, but somehow this means something, okay? But I was saying something about someone betraying him. And then I heard that an unknown or either unplanned pregnancy was attached to this. Not sure why it's important, but it is. Okay, so maybe he went, cuckoo or something. Oh, funny I mentioned that actually. Wow, spirit. Okay, because my next note literally says he talks to himself. Okay, which I do that, but I'm not really. Y'all think I am, but I'm not. But anyways, we won't go into that. But perhaps he's talking to God. Who knows? All right. So the random notes that I finished up with was, I wrote windmill and I circled it. So that's extremely important. A farm, woods. But the thing is about the woods, it's like it comes to a clearing of an open field, folks. And it's like I see private land or public land that goes into private, like right, literally right there. So maybe that's the border he's at, perhaps. Okay, or it could be the border of the water that I'm seeing. I don't know if it's a lake or a river. Okay, but he is definitely right there at it. I not only see it from a distance, but I smell it. Okay, now, um, now also, I don't know if this is because they were telling me about all the campground or the camping gear he has, but there was a sign of a campground or a camping site that I seen. Um, Now there is something significant about 27 to 30 miles, so I don't know if that's how far he got. And then when I ask like another number, they give me 50. Okay, so I don't know how that could be important. Um, okay, pine trees. Now, of course, all kinds of like maple and oak are all through there. However, this significant area, I'm seeing a lot of pine trees, if that makes a difference. Of course, I'm seeing a mountain. Then I seen something about a wolf, and it was either a mountain lion or a wildcat or something like that. So I don't know if you guys are going to find those deceased or what. Okay. Now, another thing I want to mention is I am seeing, literally like seeing shadows and hearing whispers. Therefore, that makes me think that somebody's like that close to him that he hears whispers or seeing shadows of some sort. Okay. How many minutes are we out? Okay. All right. Excuse me. So since I haven't hit the 30-minute mark, let me just go ahead and cut the camera on. I have no idea which cards I'll use, but we will go ahead and pull a few just to see what we get, okay? Okay, let's use these first. I do have a gnat and a fly in here, especially when I turn that light on. It's up here in my face. Then it'll be okay. Okay. Let me lock this real fast. All right, folks, give me just a second. Okay. All right. Okay, this is for Joseph Couch. What is next? Or can you, no, let me start over. Where is he? Can you tell us? Okay, we have the kiss, which, well, actually, I am seeing a crescent moon. So that could be significant. Okay. Also, here is the sun and the crescent moon right there at something buried. So that could be like the graveyard. But I did change my mind and I shouldn't have done that whenever I was doing that. Okay. So can you tell us about where he's located this moment, this current present moment? Where is Joseph? The guy on the manhunt. Where is he? Okay. What's on the bottom here? Okay, so we've got the prayer. I told you. I mean, I know some people be like, there's no way he believes in the Lord. But the thing is, you never know somebody's mind, right? I do feel like there's something about him talk. Oh my goodness. And look, his hand is like out from the ground. So maybe he has unalived himself. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see that right there. Okay. Now, the one on the bottom, it says the villain. No, it says the village. Maybe the village is important. But what I'm noticing is the mountain and how he's reaching underground in that hole. Okay. We have the orphan. He definitely feels very, like I said, he feels justified from this. Right there's what that card looks like, y'all. Okay, then we also had the storm. Okay, this is chaos. This is disaster. So something is about to change. Okay. As soon as I don't even know what it says yet, but as soon as I looked down at this card, that reminds me of the Eight of Wands, which is like movement or communication of some sort. Okay, but this says the comic, and this is the Joker, the clown, the fool. Someone's sarcastic, harsh, or drunk, it says. What else did I write? Hilarious, spirited. That's the positive side of it, though. But him being a fool. Let me randomly open up to something. I randomly opened up to the underworld. Okay, the underworld, let's see what I wrote. Underground, unexpected, nightmare, suffering. So I do feel like he's going to be caught. I don't know why I'm seeing mushrooms like crazy, but I am. So I'm not sure if that's significant. All right, let's see which ones. Excuse me. Should we use? Okay, we'll use these. They have woods on them, so I thought, well, we'll use a deck with woods on it. Okay, Spirit. How many minutes are we at? I can't see. All right. Joseph. Where is Joseph Couch? Can you show us? Where is Joseph Couch? I just heard north. I'm seeing fingerprints, like Latin prints or Latin or whatever they say it. Okay, where is Joseph Couch, please, Spirit? Where is he? Okay, well, he may have passed. We have the Seven of Vessels, which is the Seven of Cups here. It says mourning, but here's a tree, and there is some bones and a skull. Okay, so he may have made the decision to unalive himself. Okay. What happened the day of the shooting? What happened the day of the shooting, please, Spirit, with Joseph? What happened? We have the Five of Stones, the Five of Pentacles. Okay, what's that say? Endurance, being tested. The Five of Pentacles, look, he feels alone. All right, so maybe he was camping out, but he felt left out. He felt, so I feel like the motive of this is like he was not in a good mindset. He was depressed or feeling like he wasn't useful. We have the Green Man. So this is kind of like the magician here. He created something. He did the shooting. He created this chaos, basically. What happened the day of the shootings? Okay. So I've got the 9. Okay, this is the 9 of Wands. So it's like, come and get me if you can, right? That's how I'm taking that. Then we have the King. This says King. See? Okay. And then what was that? The World Tree. Okay. What's on the bottom? The 6 of Cups. Okay, so he was familiar with this area, folks. The 6 of Cups is all about reminiscing or the past. Okay. And notice how he's at that tree. Okay, what was where he's at right now? So I feel like he's been there before. Okay, now the other cards that came out. This, I feel like this is where he's like, okay, I'm going to create this chaos. I feel like he made it to the water and then made it to that tree. What's next with this case? What's next? Okay. What's next is we have the pole star. Okay. So there's a man walking through there. Okay. There's the moon. There's the stars. Perhaps someone walks and comes across there. Six of Swords here. This is easier times ahead. So I'm assuming maybe, I don't know if they've got people out on boats looking, but maybe someone on a boat sees something and gets out to look. Yeah, I would definitely be looking for any animals that are on, like ducks or any kind of water animals. Okay, if you see any of those, then I would get out and look out of the boat to look. Okay, and then my finger was at the balance, which is the temperance. Okay, but look, it almost looks like a sword, right? And that's in a rock. And to me, as soon as I see a sword like that, I think of the truth. And balance is like justice, basically, the balance of the scales, right? So that he possibly might have unalived himself by now. Okay. Um, Even the sun of life, the sun is on the bottom, which is happiness. But also look how his soul is shining bright right there. It's like his soul is set free from whatever the hell he was going on, like going through to make him do this, right? All right, so we're almost at 30 minutes. I didn't want to go over. Um, I mentioned the bow, and I randomly opened up to the Five of Bows here. Literally, look, you guys might find some kind of bow and arrow, okay, or crossbow. All right, folks. Well, I hope that something I've said is helpful. Please share this and leave comments. Everybody, be nice, love one another, be kind to one another. And this is all my spiritual insight, my spiritual opinion. Okay. All right. I'll see you next time, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.